super windy up here. It's pretty gorgeous. So it's day 158 and I finally found myself a nice little quiet space in the bush where I can do some filming. And what I was thinking about when I was driving up here was how it can be so hard to be in the moment, and when we're going through a hard time we can kind of make it worse and worse by spiraling ourselves down into this negative dungeon with all the horrible thoughts of the future or the past. And what we actually really need to be doing is just allowing ourselves to feel what we're feeling in the moment and stay present in this moment and fully allow ourselves to feel the sadness or the grief or the pain or the anger or whatever's happening in that moment, and just allow ourselves to feel it rather than going off into the future or the past and making it all so much worse. And I kind of learnt about this through having migraines, because it's something that I've had to deal with since I was 18, is really bad headaches and migraines. And when I get these headaches that aren't really a migraine but they're kind of bordering on that, I can get really depressed because I tend to go into the future and about everything that I have to do in the future. And when I think about that, when I'm in that much pain and that tired and exhausted from the pain of the headache, it's obviously depressing because it's overwhelming to go into the future. So what I do when I have a headache like that, I just stay fully present. I don't think about tomorrow or what I have to do tomorrow, or even what I have to do later on in that day. I just stay completely present with where I am, and that allows me to just be and not get depressed. And so today I had a shitty thing going on, and the accommodation that I thought that was coming up actually fell through again, and it's like the third time. And I got really sad and had a big cry. I lay on the floor and cried, felt sorry for myself and allowed that to happen. And then now I'm cool with it. It's past and I'm feeling, okay, so what's the next step? Now is now, today is today, this is where I am, and that's okay. In that moment where that stuff came up, I didn't try to be somewhere else. I just was where I was, and I allowed myself to be that. And I'm allowing myself to do that more on a regular basis, of just being in this day, just being in this moment and not trying to get somewhere else and not spending my time in the future or in the past. And when I do recognize that I'm spending time in the future or the past, then I can be like, hey, wait a minute, come back to this present moment and what's actually relevant here, what's going on here in this day, in this moment, and what has to be done to actually complete this day and to be in this moment and to make this moment complete. It's not being in the future. And sure, we have to plan and we have to have vision and insight and be aware of the future, but a lot of the time we are missing this moment because we're not present here and we're not staying here. We're spending our time somewhere else. So that's something that's really starting to come into my life, is being in the moment, and it feels amazing. It feels deepening and it feels softening and it feels widening and it feels relaxing and it feels like letting go, and it feels really good. That's daily vlog 158.